Good evening, everyone. I can't believe we've got 130 people on. It's just wonderful. It's my pleasure tonight to welcome Bev Short and A Blooming Marvellous Summer. Well, I think it's a brilliant title. Bev will be creating 5 arrangements tonight, which we're hoping to sell for £10 each. If you should want one, and you know the link should have been sent out to you. I can give you the phone number in a minute. But you need to be fairly quick. I think if you like one, then click on Barbara Collins's mobile number. I'll give you that, or you can click on the chat. So a number, if you've got a pen ready, everybody, is 0742 8019 790. It will be on a first come, first served basis. So if you love an arrangement, text quickly. The arrangements can be picked up either from Bev, who's very kindly said if you live in her area, that will be fine, or otherwise from Barbara Collins in Balsall Common. Just let Barbara know if you, she'll let you know at the end who's got an arrangement. Let her know which area you'll be picking them up from, and that'll be fine. And now I think it's time for me to shut up and welcome Bev Short for our wonderful evening of A Blooming Marvellous Summer. Thanks, Bev.
Well, unfortunately, before Bev, you've got me.
Oh, Lord. Okay, go on then, Nick.
Just to say, this is the way we're going to operate.
Okay.
For those people who are familiar, there is a chat at the bottom. Rather than people unmute and interrupt Bev's presentation, if you send a chat in, I'll pick it up and I'll relay it to Bev. So basically, the only person you'll hear speaking after I've shut up is Bev. So basically, is that right with everybody? Thumbs up? I hope so. Right. Systems go. Over to Bev.
There we go. Am I on now? Yes?
Yeah, you're on. You're looking gorgeous.
Thank you very much. That's a good side. Right. Hello, everybody, and welcome tonight. I can't believe so many people have joined us this evening. I was sat there listening, and the numbers are going up, and I'm thinking, oh, thank goodness I can't see you.
Sorry, Bev, not to make you nervous. There's 137.
Will you shut up now, Nick? I don't want to know. I only want to know that's it, it's enough. That'll do, that'll do. Yes, I'm Bev Short. I belong to Avon Floral Art, Stratford upon Avon. I'm an area demonstrator and I do a bit of teaching on the side. So I have been Zooming through the lockdown just to my class. So we've done a bit of this, and these are the sort of things that I find are working. So I hope you're going to enjoy what I'm doing. The first one I'm doing is actually not for sale. I'll say that first, because I thought if people are still joining, it's not fair if they can't actually buy it. So it's one you can't buy. Okay. So I'm going to be using some of this stuff, which is just floral foam. Don't start going on about floral foam, not tonight. We'll just have a nice night. This is the floral foam, and this is the dyed stuff. And you've probably got some up in the attic that you've never used. So I thought I'd have a little go with it. And what I've done is a large dish with the floral foam pinned on and on a couple of spikes. And then I've just put the wool all over. Now, normally when you put the wool over a dish like this, you have to have pins to hold it. But obviously I didn't want to put pins in my nice dish. So what I did, I'll show you. I put some of the green sticky tape around it, and then put pop tape over the top just to keep it all tidy. So it just holds it while you're binding it without putting the pins in. And then I've got that there. Tell me if you can't see anything, Nick, and I'll shift it about.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll tell you.
Okay. Right, it's a very easy arrangement to start with, just to calm my nerves. And I've gone with the freesias. and some of the feverfew, medicinal. Use it for headaches, migraines, that sort of thing. And I've kept the freesias in the, picking up the purple at the bottom there and the yellows. And this is going to be what they're calling transparent, so you're going to see through it. So I'm not going to cover the bottom, that's why I've got this good oasis in the bottom there. There we go. So as I said, I've been doing Zooming, and it's not ideal. It's better than nothing. I think we're finding that. I mean, the good thing is if you're sat at home, you can whiz out any time you like and do a quick top up, which is always a good thing, a plus. But if you're Zooming, you actually don't get any feedback really until the end. But hopefully classes and demonstrations won't be too long before we're back on again. So just popping them through, quite random. And it doesn't matter that the stems are showing and the leaves are showing, it all adds to it. Now, one of the pluses for doing this at home is you can throw things on the floor, because I'm in my conservatory, and it doesn't matter. The cleaner will come in tomorrow and clean it for me. I haven't got a cleaner. They're just building it up, putting them in at different levels just to make it more interesting. This yellow foam holds water just exactly like the green stuff does, or the others that you use.
Bev, can I just interrupt?
Yeah.
I've had a message come in to say, can you enlarge Bev? Well, you need to go up into your view and you'll see speaker option. So if you tick the speaker view, you'll only get Bev. At the moment, she's probably thumbnail. I understand that. Okay, I'll mute again now.
Oh, good. Oh, well, we're all getting used to this sort of thing, aren't we? So it's a bit of a learning curve for everyone, isn't it? Okay, so it's all very transparent and light and airy. And you can see now why I've used the yellow foam, because I didn't have to cover it. And it's nice on a coffee table or something like that. So there we go. So that's just a quick one, just to get us going, get us in the mood. I'll bring it down there, like so. Yeah. Okay. So that was my first design. But now usually you get a round of applause, but you didn't get that here now, do you? Just sort of on your own, but never mind. Right. Moving on. The next design, you will get the whole thing, so you'll get this little plastic tray if anybody wants it, and it's just got oasis in it, and these little trays are brilliant. I got it from TK Maxx. Now it's open again. Done a bit of shopping, it had to be done. I'm going to use some Formium leaves. And these, I think, are called Cream Delight. So cutting the bottom off, and just using the straight edge, and then popping it down. Right, so it doesn't matter that they're different widths. You see, so just building it up. I think at the moment, because no one's been really doing much flower arranging, everyone's saying, oh, if you want something from my garden, just pop round. Because no one did anything last year, so it's all overgrown. Now, when you filled the whole tray up, you need to cut it. And you're just going to cut a bit like a fringe, a bit like how I've been cutting my fringe, because I haven't been to hairdressers yet. Sort of on a slant. Like so. So what you would end up with it done all the way around there, the sides, and then the back. And true Blue Peter style, I've already done it. Because it does take a while just to get them all in, facing the right way and looking good. And as you can see, yes, my fringe cutting is a bit to be desired. No, it's fine. So I'm going to pop some flowers in now. I'm going to start with some carnations. And just popping them into the oasis, but keeping them inside the height of the Formium leaves. Now I'm going to mass them, so I'm just putting them in once again in random heights, but inside that pocket. Now, Formium leaves, like you, I expect at the beginning of all this malarkey going on, you thought, oh, I'll sort out this and I'll sort out that. So I decided to go somewhere I don't go very often, and that's the kitchen. Because I don't do cooking, I'm quite lucky. I've got a man who can, and he does, and that's great. But I did go in the kitchen, to do a bit of tidying, and I found that there's lots of things in there that a flower arranger can use. Like, now I've turned it round, so now I'm doing the back more or less the same as the front. So it hasn't really got a back or a front. I think we all know that in the kitchen there's the pasta machine, which is great for doing Formium leaves. So I enjoy doing that. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at tidying up after myself. And there were complaints that some of the pasta had green bits of Formium leaves in, or green bits in. He didn't know what it was, but he sort of knew it was me. So banned from using that. I also liked working with wax. And I found that you can use a slow cooker as a bain-marie. You know, you've got water in the bottom and it keeps the wax nice and liquid while you're working. So that was another piece of equipment that I found that I found another use for. Recycled it really, I suppose I did. Right, so there we are with those. I'm now going to add some of the Gemini, little orange ones, and a cheese grater. Very useful, but people do find that if you take them in the garage and don't return them and they want to make a cheese sandwich, they get a bit irate. I use a cheese grater for grating the wax before I put it into the machine. So the kitchen has been a revelation to me, really, I'd say. Not for cooking, but for all the lovely equipment. So I'm just going to mass all these sort of colours in here. Sometimes you find that the phormium leaves sort of prick out like that one to stick out a little bit. You can either get a little blue dot and pop on it just to keep it in, or bend it to keep it straight in there. Annoying, but there we go. Over here. There we go. We've got some tulips to go in to give me another form of flower. Now, when I was asked to do this demonstration, I looked back at the time of the year, you know, sort of last year, what was happening, what was going on, and what flowers I was using in Demonstrator. Well, I wasn't actually, because we've just gone into lockdown, haven't we? But I was sat in the garden in my swimsuit, so I knew that and I remember Easter, we hadn't got any spring flowers, any daffodils left for the church, because I know Easter was a little bit earlier, but they were all gone. They'd all finished. Everything finished early last year. Same time this year, and there we are. Some people sat in snow last week, so I say that's why my title was Blooming Marvellous Summer, because I thought we'd be into a few summer flowers, but they are very few and far between at the moment. So that's why I've filled up with tulips. Strip lines, a few more tulips. So if you've got a load of phormium leaves, get one of the trays out the refrigerator. You can fill it with phormium leaves, a bit of oasis, and then pack it with some flowers. They use in the kitchen again. So that's one way to do it. Okay. And then packed at the top there. And that one's done in foam. I've also done this one, which I've done with phormium leaves again, exactly the same, but this one's done in chicken wire, and then just a tube of chicken wire pushed right down, then the phormium leaves pushed at the front of it, and then we've just got they're just in a test tube and on a stick just to hold it up there. So that's the Cymbidium orchid, with a little bit of the green fern, and I think they were called flamingo, the phormium leaves on this one. So that's exactly another way to do it, but not using foam on that one. Right. Just next. Oh. Something different again. Once again, if you go for this one, you get the bars as well. And I've just made a square frame, covered it with wool, and to make it larger, I put 4 little legs on it to go into the foam. And this one I call my Hasselback one. You'll see why. I don't go into the kitchen, but I watch kitchen cooking programs. I've got some rather nice palms here. The fan palm. Now these I grow in my garden. They plant it. It's planted close to the wall. So I think it keeps it, just takes the frost off it. It's a really nice, it's quite a dramatic shape. Quite a thick stem. I'm putting them on the diagonal. And making a bit of a dart to go in. You can see why I call this the Hasselback. So if you do a Hasselback potato, you cut slits into it. So there you go. And then I've got a few rolled leaves. And these are out of a tropical bunch. So. I'm using them, they're a different coloured green, and they're a nice smooth texture to them. I've just rolled and pinned them with once again, just taking it through. I'm taking this one through the other, on the other diagonal. This line. So. Put some flowers in, if I put any more greenery in. I've got some of the anthuriums. Quite a big one, this one. Love them or hate them, but they do make a bit of a statement. And they're going to slide between the palms. I like them. You sort of cover a lot of space with just a few flowers. Still following my diagonal. Then I'm going to complement it with a few of the orange roses. And put those going through the other way, from front to back, or back to front, whichever. I haven't managed to have a look on the computer yet to see who's actually here, but
I will tell you, you've got 145.
well, that's quite a lot, isn't it? But are they still there? Did we start with 145 and we're down to 40?
No, we're,
No, they're still coming in, Bev.
we're still here.
Well, that's another beauty of it, isn't it? If you think, oh, well, this is boring, you can whiz off for half an hour and see what the next one is. Or is that just me as well? And I've got a bit of the cypress fir tree, just sort of this lovely lime green, just a little, because it's very dark at the moment. And of course, it's another texture going into there. And this one now, I'm covering up any oasis I can see. Taking off the bottom, so I'm not putting too much into the oasis of the leaves. I'm amazed at how many people have actually gone with the technology. Older people who've never answered emails or that sort of thing have got onto Zoom and managed it. Mind you, I've seen a lot of husbands getting the wives on and then going off to make a cup of tea. Yeah, that's looking pretty nice, quite like that one. And I'm going to add just a bit of fun, another. Now these are off the Mahonia. They're the seed pods at the moment. They've just finished flowering, so I thought we'd have a few of those going through as well. I have put a wire on them just to help with getting them into the oasis. I'm just putting them through the design.
Bev,
Yes?
I have a question.
Go on.
It says, looking lovely.
Thank you.
Bev, I don't know whether that's you, but anyway, how did you pin the aspidistra leaves? What did you use?
Oh, it was. It's just literally roll it towards you and round, and put the in there. There you go. That's what we do.
Thank you.
I'll use that now. I was expecting somebody to ask that. But these are great, these Mahonia. They look like beads. Just letting them fall down. Because I think a mahonia's an evil plant. You walk past it, it gets you every time. I love the lemon flower, but oh dear. Love it. Yeah. That's another one done. Okay, so that's my anthurium, my hackleback or huckleback, or whatever you call it, those potato things that you stick it all in. There we go. Oh. Right. I'm certainly whizzing through this tonight. Slow down a bit. Now, I've got to adjust my stand here. This is what I've been doing during the holidays. Chocolates and Amazon. Haven't we all? Right, my next design is a hand tied, but a hand tied on a frame. Now the frame is made out of wire, as you can see the wires, and it's on a 14-inch wire frame, you know, the ones that go around. Then onto it, I've stuck this wood. Now this is the bottom of Christmas trees. You know, you buy a Christmas tree and they say, oh, do you want it chopped off or whatever? And they shave it. So it's Christmas tree shavings somebody gave me in a big bag. And it is, I think it's really textural, really like this. And I've just dried them out, and it's the drying out that's important. You have to dry them out really slowly, otherwise they go mouldy because they're usually damp. So I put them up in the attic, so it's quite warm up there, and spread them out and then left them up there. And we haven't got mice or anything, so they're perfect, looking good. So that's what the frame, and now I just stuck them on with a glue gun, just glued them on all the way around. Usually I would hold it and make the frame, but I'm using big material or thick material, and it ends up too big for me to hold. So I've got my lovely engine bars here. So I'm just going to pop it on. And if you have got small hands and you want to do a hand tie, you can just do it on a frame and do it. It will be tied off properly if anybody wants this on the stand there. You don't get the silver one. So I'm just going to start off with some of the roll leaves.
Beth, just to tell you, the feedback has been fantastic. Very nice arrangements, gorgeous. Yep. So everybody's thrilled with it.
Good, give them more drinks. That's what I say. Drink more, people, drink more. I look better as the night goes on.
Well, that's so nice that everybody's coming back to us, isn't it? Yeah, that's lovely.
It's very, very kind of you. So these are just lots of different tropical foliage. So I thought, so a lot of you haven't managed to get to the Caribbean, have you? You've all missed your cruises. So I thought this might remind you. This is reminding you of what you're missing, which is a bit unkind, isn't it? Oh, I haven't got to stand. But I'm like you. I should have gone to Australia obviously couldn't go, but never mind, next year. This year, next year sometime.
Have you missed all your grandchildren, Bev?
Not this time, no. But that's right. I've just had a quick panic here. I've lost a bucket. How can you lose a bucket in your own house? Oh, where did I put it?
Shall I bring one round?
Sorry?
Shall I bring one round?
What, a bucket? Yeah. Oh, that's it. Well, whatever. Just making a few darts in here. These nice big leaves.
Just a suggestion, Bev, can you move your camera back a bit because that arrangement is very large.
Camera's back.
Yeah, yeah, so we can feature it.
Better?
That's better. Yeah, just move it to your, well, it's my left. I'm not sure what it is for you. Yeah, the opposite way to your head.
Yeah,
No, the other way.
That's all right.
That's it. Fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Pleasure. Pleasure. And I've got one of the Monastir, the good old cheese plant. We couldn't give these away 10 years ago, but now they're all the rage.
Your wine glass is still full, by the way.
Well, can you see it?
I think it's only got water in it, don't you?
I think it's water, definitely.
There's some people don't know me. Water.
Very white wine, if it's not
Well,
water.
it may be gin. Maybe gin.
You don't know me. Not a gin drinker.
I think we do.
No, vodka. Right. Yeah, lots of lovely green foliage. Now this will all be tied off. So, as I say, trying to do it when you're doing a demonstration and just get into a mess with it. Now these are a type of helicona. There we go. And I've got some of the gingers as well. And I think they go really well with this collar. It's where they all grow, sort of in the Caribbean or the Amazon or wherever. There'd be all dead stuff on the ground. You can see now why I wouldn't do it as a hand tied in front of you, because it is really quite a thick hand tied at the end. A different kind of helicona, this one. It's a smaller one, smaller variety. And then because you get sort of things creeping all over the place. So I've got some of my little spider plant babies, just to pop them in. Let them creep over the edge.
Bev, I've got to tell you, I've had a message saying, wish I lived closer, such beautiful exotics.
Thank you. Well, I think at the moment we're all buying, and we have in the garden, the all the spring flowers, which are beautiful, but every now and then it's just quite nice to think, oh, actually there are other flowers in the world. I'm popping a bit of bear grass in now, just give me a bit more movement on the outside of the inside. Yeah, if anybody's bought this one, don't come around tonight for it. I need to put it together properly. A few more leaves. I think we're about there then. I do hope you don't get too homesick for your summer holidays, and that's probably a reminder of things to come, that one.
Very nice, thank you, Bev. That looks lovely.
All right, I've got one more. Yeah, don't mess about. Straight in, straight out. Just a little more. Oh, I need to build it up, don't I? Primark and roses. Where's my cover gone? Okay. Yep.
I thought that was all going to be all about roses.
What? My rose? Right, no, that's my chocolate box. No, my empty chocolate box. That's all I've done during lockdown is eat chocolates and go on the internet and buy off the internet. Mostly plants.
At least you haven't had to cook like most of us.
Sorry?
At least you haven't had to cook like the rest of us. It's not fair.
No, I've had to eat it though.
Oh God, I can eat it. It's fine. I've got to cook it every night.
It's been very difficult.
Not anymore. Not anymore. We can go out now.
That's true, yes.
With your blanket on. Yeah, great.
Right, these are just some sticks that have been painted white. A bit of a white one. And I'm using foam for this one because I like foam. I've tried using the other stuff and it's okay, but I like foam and I'm using it. So there.
Sorry, Bev, just have to interrupt. Newsflash, fabulous, fabulous, amazing. That's your last parade.
Is that somebody I know and somebody I paid, is it?
No, that was so nice. That was lovely.
Right, so I've just made a sort of a down to the one side, which is where I'm going with this one. And I've got some gorgeous Area Metallica. Say once again, people have donated these for me. And they've been in the water for a couple of days now, and they're really turning really good. I think these have got really big this year, so it's quite nice to be able to use them. And that one's gone. Don't know what's happened to that one. I'm taking it from that side. I'm going to take it right out to the back to give me a bit of depth to the arrangement. I've got some lovely bikini leaves. Now these are out of my garden. I just grow them for flower arranging basically. And these are last year's leaves. They haven't been eaten too much, but this year's leaves are there, but there's no point in using them because they're too soft and they won't last in the design. So
I have to share this with you, Bev, because it says, nice to see someone using foam, which is easier for those of us who are not so proficient. At least we can have a go.
Yes, there's a lot to be said for that, isn't there? I think we're going to have, once we get back.
Yeah, absolutely. To I agree.
Flower arranging, proper going to classes. It's a tricky one. I think you do get fed up of seeing stuff in test tubes. I don't want to get onto that subject because I just get that's very good. Right, eucalyptus. I would just like to say that I have 20 boxes of foam in the cupboard, which I'd bought ready for last year's demonstrations, which obviously didn't take place. So hence I'm still using this stuff.
Yeah, I've got 10 boxes, so.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, good times are coming. Good times are coming. They're on their way.
And I haven't rejoined the RHS because of their, boycott of foam. So.
Oh, yes.
I just wonder what else the RHS are going to stop using, like single sort of use plastics and containers with food in, and they never answered my email when I asked them that. So that's quite interesting. Just foam.
Yeah, it just seems to be a strange one.
It is indeed, I agree.
I'm sure they don't care about what individual person not rejoining, but you have to make a point sometimes, don't
you? Well, yes, and for what you believe in, yes, why not?
You should tell them, Jan. You should tell them.
Right, just get some flowers in.
Because I'm such an important person, Annette.
Every single person's important.
Right, now these are going to be iris when they open, but I'm going to use them as an upright. Just to thicken that line. If they were open, I wouldn't use them at the top, they'd be far too heavy, but at the moment they've just got a lovely sort of sphere shape. So now you can use it. Exactly. I've only got a quarter of a block of foam. I'm going to put a lot of flowers in it, so I think it has made me think about how much I'm actually using, so that's probably a good thing. So I'm trying to use less. I'll use a few more of my pistachio carnations. Bring the line down, cutting them just above one of the nodules so they take in all the water. I'm just going to zigzag them down. This is what I like. I think we all like about foam is if you put one in and you put it in the wrong place, you can take it out and put it back in again quite easily. Whereas with the new Agra foam, it's very difficult to get it back in.
It's like arranging with carpets, isn't it, Bev? That
It is. Yes,
it's like a piece of carpet. It's awful stuff.
It's certainly a technique. I suppose we have to learn it, but
yeah, it's awful.
At the moment, I'm holding out. And I'm going out to the side here. Just putting in those gaps over there. Because you're not here, I'm just not thinking to show you what I'm doing. Forget you're here. That's where I am at the moment. Just put a little bit of greenery in the back, otherwise I'll be getting unbalanced and shooting forward, which I don't want. Embarrassing that bit. Well, I'm hoping to do my first demonstration of the year in June. Everything else up to then is still cancelled. In Abergavenny, where I've been before, and they're having me back, which I always think is a bit of a surprise, but there you go.
Yeah, and you got booked for speeding, if I remember.
There was no need to bring that up. Yeah, that's the one I forgot my handbag. Drove all the way home and had to drive all the way back to get it. And then got the books for speeding on the way back. About 5 miles away from the house. Yeah. Happy memories, happy days. Oops. I'm just moving this all back a bit. And we've got some lovely roses. Got to have some roses.
Which one are those, Bev?
Sorry? Which rose?
One? Yeah.
These are Waitrose.
All right. Okay. People like to know.
I know. Well, these are Waitrose, but I tell you, I get them quite early before I want them, and then feed them, change water every day. So to start getting them out and getting them to move. And if you feed them, it gets them bigger as well. You see, they get bigger.
So no name, just Waitrose, I.
Yeah, just Waitrose's roses. But say, I think it's the feeding. I had to take these out because they were getting just too big. Just to get them out, so I've got some focal ones down there. At the front here.
I'm going to share this with you, Bev. Beautiful arrangement and a lovely way to cheer up a Friday evening. Congratulations.
Nice.
Absolutely.
And then another one, love this design, gorgeous.
Which design was that though? This one?
The one you're doing, darling. I'm not behind times.
Well, it tends to be a bit of a traditional one, isn't it? But you have to say they're a crowd pleaser, aren't they? We do like a traditional one.
Love traditional.
It's all like our white and green, don't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't beat white, green and traditional.
I think I've skimped on the Oasis a bit too much. I'm really proud of space.
Well, I will tell you, Bev, 142 people are stuck with you, so you can't be that bad.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
There you go.
Let's finish that one there. Just going to put a few more bits of the white in. That's it. Thing is, I look here, then I look in the camera, and I think, oh, that doesn't look right. Could get a bit more in there. A bit more in the back here, say once again, give you a bit more depth.
You can hear your teachers, can't you, Bev?
Oh, it's scary, it's scary. Right, I'm going to leave it there because the more I put in, the more it's going to start playing. Right, so that was my last design. And thank you very much for coming tonight. Thank you very much for listening. And I wish you all a blooming marvellous summer. Cheers.
Thank you, Bev. Thank you very much. Beautiful, beautiful flowers. Is Barbara Collins there to give the vote of thanks, please?
Yes, and I'm here, Annette. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Bob. Thank you.
Okay. Before I do, can I just say we have one design that's still for sale, and that's the first one with the phormiums and the gerbera. So if anyone would like that one, can you text me please within the next 5-10 minutes? Okay. Other than that, all of them have sold, so that's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much.
Jan,
I'll move on.
Buy that one.
Well, Bev, I'm really pleased to give you the vote of thanks, because we've known each other a long time.
Of course, yes.
And it's my time to actually say I'm very proud.
Sure.
I'm very proud that you've come a long way and become a very innovative and creative demonstrator.
Yeah.
It's so good to see all the garden plant material you're using from your own garden as well, even though I know it's difficult to actually buy it at the moment. But all your designs have been so different. And I think it's sort of egged us on to start and have a go ourselves again now.
Yeah.
I mean, we hope it isn't too long before we all get back and start to see our demonstrators on the stage, because we do appreciate how hard it is for you to be demonstrating from home in your own environment, and how messy it is as well. So I hope that you have got a man that does there and can help you out. So I really would like to thank you for entertaining us and showing us some wonderful designs tonight. You've done it proud. Thanks, Bev. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll speak to you later about picking some of the designs up. Okay.
Yeah, not a problem.
Thank you, Bev.
Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
For everybody coming on. Thanks for so many people coming on board. It was brilliant. Thank you very much indeed, everybody.
I just